Hello everyone, and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4 Arms Against Tyranny. While I've been away on a short stint of being ill, I thought we'd kickstart ourselves off with a small achievement run, which shouldn't be too difficult, to really get back into the swing of things. The achievement in question we're mainly aiming for is Brexit, where we're going to try and tear open the UK, and hopefully, should all things go according to plan, maybe end up with a cheeky Vinland and Cod Wars on the side. Hopefully this won't be too difficult as a starting challenge, so let's go jump in. Oh, and as a bonus thing, I've been considering streaming more on twitch.tv, so if you ever wanted to catch me live there on the 1 in 1,000 chance that I am live, then feel free to head over and give me a follow. I'd really appreciate it. Okay, back to the video. 1936, go to other countries. Interestingly, it's not listed as a playable country here, but it is very much so clickable here. We're going to play as Iceland. Iron Man Historical, and off we go. Ah, my small Babino Island friend, what do you have in store for us today? So, right at the top, Brexit. Brexit means Brexit. As communist Iceland, make Wales, Scotland and Northern Ireland rise up against the UK. So we have to start an uprising in Scotland and in Wales, and in Scotland, although the text appears to be a little bit broken there, and make sure they're all at war at the UK at the same time. Interestingly, it doesn't actually say that we have to beat them, but if we do beat them, don't we get the Cod Wars achievement? And also, if we capitulate them, won't we get to annex land from them? If we annex land from them, can't we also do Vinland, as Iceland conquer Newfoundland? Huh. Okay, this playthrough will be a prospective playthrough of Brexit, with a potential to do Cod Wars, and by virtue of that, Vinland. Let's see what we can do. So, in order to do the communist uprising of the different states of the United Kingdom, we're going to have to head down to Infiltrating the British Isles, which should give us the ability to unlock the decisions to start some communist uprisings. That begins with getting rid of a king, and going down a pretty communist looking route. Playing as Iceland, we don't actually have any mills, but we do have, I believe, a few civs to spare. Oh, not yet. Never mind. No manpower, no mills, just, just being Iceland. Okay, Not Our King is completed, which sets us on the path of getting rid of the dreadful state of affairs we find ourselves in, being a puppet of Denmark, which typically isn't going to be useful. With the political power we got from that focus, we actually can take an advisor, and I have spotted Man of the Century Olaf over here. 100 weekly manpower, not to mention the recruitable population factor. That's a deal I cannot turn away from. Oh my goodness, we're raking it in. Look at that number go up. After expanding the industrial base, we now finally have a civ, but we have no building slots because we're Iceland. So, thank goodness we have the international market. It almost feels like Iceland is a good candidate country for demonstrating some of the utility that can come from the international market. Unfortunately, there's not too much to buy right now, but if there were guns here, I tell you, I would be buying them. A Spanish Civil War? That's not good. A Spanish Civil War event? That's even worse. The outbreak of hostilities in Spain has drastically decreased Icelandic exports to the region. They're not buying our dried fish anymore. Oh no. And all the options are the same. The end is nigh. Ooh, 330 Belgian guns. We can't be picky these days. More Belgian guns. I mean, if they're selling, I'm buying, no questions asked. After rallying the workers of Reykjavik, we should be able to get started on working towards breaking with the crown and going down these side focuses. Ah yes, a general strike. Exactly what this country needs. It's not like the Icelandic economy's in the toilet due to our dried fish exports. Don't worry about it. Let's all go on strike. Oof. Ouch. Luckily, with the one civ we do have, we don't really build things, we just buy things. And the Irish seem to be selling some guns. With the strike over, we now get -1 weekly stability for a year, which is really a hefty hit. That's the entirety of our stability is going to be gone by next year. I hope there's an opportunity to make it go back up. So to break with the crown, we need less than 50 stability. Well, those strikes will do all that, and over 30% support for communism. Oh, well, that's easy. We just need to get rid of a certain type of people in the country, and yes, we should be well on our way. But you know what, while we're here, maybe we should also work towards getting an intelligence agency. Call it a little bit of intuition. Do my eyes deceive me, or is that a mill? Okay, with an actual mill in our economy, I think now we can afford to break with the crown. And let's just pick up on some support equipment just before we go independent. Denmark accepts Icelandic independence. Well, that's good news. I could have done without them going to war with me. With that all settled up nicely, we can embrace the workers' revolution and head towards enforcing a kind of Brexit. When the story of Iceland is written, let it be known it was built off the backs of Belgian labour, because they have truly supplied us with everything. France and Britain announced an alliance as we finally embrace a communist revolution, with a very dapper looking man here, suit, tie and everything. Who said the revolution couldn't be stylish? Alright, it's at this point we basically have free roam to do whatever we want in the focus tree. Obviously not the biggest focus tree in the game, but there's stuff to play with in here, and I think we have to start with infiltration. This gives us an intelligence agency, which at this point in the game we don't even have the civs to get started with. Another thing to note is I've actually been storing up some army experience, and that's because of a wonderful picture of Karl Marx I have. I'm like Wolverine in bed, laying there, quietly adoring my picture of Karl Marx, giving us ideological loyalty, weekly manpower plus 500, which for Iceland is just insane beyond insane. I think that means we're up to 600 manpower every week. Yep, there it is. Infiltration done means that we can actually have a nice looking intelligence agency, and all that political power I'm storing up isn't entirely useless, because we can get an elusive gentleman. Alright, let's get some of these communist focuses done. International Brigades brings our weekly manpower up by another 50. I have noticed that my sole trading partner has now become the Soviet Union, but beggars can't be choosers, and in the Workers' Republic of Iceland, I think we're all beggars. Okay, let's see about infiltrating these British Isles. How hard can it be? Oh, we've even got a little army started. Well, will you look at that. Infiltrating the British Isles. So, the good news is we get some buffs to our intelligence agency to make things easier if we want to take an agent from the United Kingdom, but we also get infiltrating the British Isles decisions to incite uprisings in all 3 of the home nations, aside from England. All we need to do is get 15 support for communism in the UK. That can't be too hard, right? In a stroke of luck, we do actually have a woman who both has a commando and seducer, which brings down her detection chance by a combined 30%, assuming they're additive and not multiplied by each other. So if that's 30% off, I'm really hoping she doesn't get caught. Bjornhilde is a natural orator, which really helps the boost, but seducers are just safer. Oh, it's got to be the orator. I'm missing out if I don't take her. If I remember correctly, doing cryptology helps it go up, but goodness me, that's gonna take a long time for that to ever reach a meaningful number. Well, it is going up, if nothing else, slowly but surely. That might get to 15. With the armed forces of Iceland done, we can take a look at the ridiculous amount of political power I have, and just shoot all the way up to extensive. We still have a pretty crazy amount, so I guess we can also go war economy. Is there anything else we need? Free trade, maybe? Why not? Okay, any political power we save now will basically be going towards infiltrating the British Isles. 2.5%. I hate to poke the bear, but I'm genuinely surprised none of our operatives have been captured yet. 4%. I'm really trying to think how best to speed up this process. My new working theory is if I join the Soviet Union, they'll let me in, and then hopefully I can try and become spy master. Like this. They might accept. Do I get any more spies? Oh, I don't even get any more spies. Not even that strategy worked. I really thought the Soviet Union might lend me an extra spy to speed up the process. Okay, up to 11%. There may be hope yet. Maybe. No guarantees, but not impossible. We are getting dangerously close. I think, with some luck, this may actually be doable. But I have to say, this is partly RNG, that we got such a good agent who just is not getting captured. If you get all of your agents captured over and over again, this could be very unfun. You know, with the threat of conflict, like, relatively imminent. Oh my goodness, very imminent. I'm a little worried that how things might go down. Okay, let's look at the bright side. We're in the Comintern. That usually spells good news, right? The Soviets can maybe help us finish this. And if that happens, maybe we get a peace deal. And if we get a peace deal, maybe we take Newfoundland. Okay, let's hit the buttons and almost assuredly get ourselves an achievement. Beep, boop, beep. Oh, honestly, I thought Scotland would be bigger. There it is, Brexit, as communist Iceland make Wales, Scotland and Northern Ireland rise up. Now why did they join the Axis? Oh, Northern Ireland saw sense and they decided to join the winning side. Hopefully Wales will do something similar. They did indeed, Wales saw sense. Okay, if the Comintern can get some units over here as quick as they can, this might be a very big W. Well, there goes Scotland. And you know, if the Soviets would at any point like to come help me, you know, it's no pressure, it's no biggie. Honestly, no stress at all. That looks like a free sprint to London. Is it undefended? I don't believe it. We might get London for free. Did they just forget to, you know, stick people? We got London. Now I will admit they are launching something of a counterattack. But that's okay. It doesn't mean it's lost. Just yet. I think that news was a little bit delayed, but yes indeed, London has fallen. A People's Court has convened at Trafalgar Square. Uh-oh. England has capitulated. Wow. Let's go without saying, I want Newfoundland. Non-negotiable. This peace deal might end up being a little bit crazy, to be honest. But then again, in HOI4, when isn't it? I am so sorry. So let's just press play and see if we get an achievement. Vinland as Iceland conquer Newfoundland. Okay, that's good news. We did one of the achievements. Unfortunately, I guess it doesn't count as me having capitulated Britain, which is kind of unfortunate considering everything. I'll try not to worry too much considering that we have a pretty big Soviets on our side. But yeah, Italy and Germany really took everything out of me. I'm even the one who got India, for goodness sake. While Germany took half of Canada, the better bit if we're being honest, I took the western bit with the capital in Vancouver. So there is some communism heading to North America. Oh, and I was also, and I really don't know how I was able to do this, I was able to take Malaya. Not the one that has the megaton of rubber, but considering it's got 80 rubber and 24 oil, this wasn't the worst grab in the world. Long story short, with all of these brand new puppets, it might be possible to do one more score. I haven't given up on the idea that you could maybe get the Cod Wars achievement. We have to capitulate England, and one thing I made sure to do in that peace deal was release Britain again. This is the original Britain, this single state here. So, 1 conquer war goal. Hopefully, we don't have much world tension. Maybe we can pull it off. Oh, now you give me the 4th operative. Now you do. Oh yeah, I'm sure. Do you know, on recollection, maybe I should have demilitarized this state as well, because they're looking pretty beefy. Then again, they have no manpower and no mills, so if they start to push me, if I can hold out, that should really help. Well, things are just going very old history now. What did Saudi Arabia do to you? With the justification complete, I think all the preparations are made, although we probably don't want our troops not ready. Right, I think that's as good as they're going to get for now. Let's see how we do. Okay, they're attacking me, which is a really good sign, because that means I can try and farm up last stand and just hold out for as long as possible. With any luck, they'll bleed all their equipment dry and we won't have to do anything. Bad news from the east. The German Reich appears to be planning a little bit of an Operation Barbarossa, so our timing of being in the Comintern may come to an end. The Finnish Continuation War, with the Germans going after the Soviet Union, is the precise moment I think I'm going to leave. The hope being that now it's just me and Britain, and Britain has no reason to join the Axis. None whatsoever. In addition, because the Soviet Union's in a war of their own, I'm hoping there won't be any interest in either side joining each other. Oh, or maybe they do just break every rule in the book for no reason. And now I'm in a lot of trouble. Okay, it's not lost yet, it's just, you know, losing, which is a very different term. Just double check, there's no way they can come after me, right? No, they're too busy fighting over there. The Germans want nothing to do with me. Valid. Maybe I can pull this back. Maybe. I just need to get into Carlisle. Oh my goodness, we might actually break into Carlisle. Is this the achievement? That's Carlisle done. That is a capitulated Union of Britain. The Cod Wars. On my own, no faction, did it. Well, I am very happy with this run. This turned out 10 times better than I ever thought it was going to. Is it completely jank? Yes, because what is this? How is this optimal? Maybe there's a way you're supposed to get more manpower. I mean, I got these puppets. I could start raising, especially down here, like a great Nigerian army. But let's be real, having to fight that all over again was going to be a nightmare. So just using a really specialized squad, this was the division template that I was using, and I fully spec'd into the cryptology department, so every 140 days I was just deciphering it and doing a full-blown attack. And that was the only time I was attacking. Everything else, I was just waiting around and letting them smash their head against me. As we put a bookend on this hellscape of a world, I'll say thank you very much for watching. If you liked Iceland, well, feel free to like, feel free to subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Bye.